companionship, you need his help, you need his guidance, you need his leadership, you need everything that is associated and attached to a man, pun intended. So while it's this thing of a lot of men not really caring, the women do. Okay, y'all are feeling the effects way harder and stronger than these men ever are, which is why a lot of the men are backing out. They don't need you. And
what it do? Hey, boss here. And I hope y'all doing superb.
oh my God.
Welcome back to the Into the Deep End Podcast. I'm your host, K Boss. And we are still going over Danica Marie's video. Men are getting approached by women since men are done. And I'm going to say a lot of men are, especially at the age that I am at and my demographic, the 35 to 55-year-old men, where the development of the relationship has so been changed online. It is crazy. Make sure you hit the like button, the subscribe button as well. And hey, you know what? Put a comment in it. Let me know what's crack-a-lacking. If you agree, disagree, whatever. I'm a brand new content creator. I am a content creator, manager, of course, or director. If you are a content creator just starting out and you want to align yourself with brand new folks, I am creating a group of individuals so we can, learn together on the curbs. I know there's YouTube, there's IG, Instagram, Snapchat. There's all kinds of different ones you can work on. But building a solid profile is very important. So if you're interested in that, definitely hit us up in the comments. And one little handy dandy piece of tools that I use is this one here, which is the Liner app. I live by it now. It helps me with digesting. If you're not creating just AI content and let the AI do its thing and push it out there, I'm still old school. I like to have some continuity with it. And Liner gives you the ability to break everything down so you can understand it.
We are now at a point to where women are being cornered and forced into having to approach and pursue men. Now, mind y'all.
Sorry about that.
We are now.
As you can see, I've done multiple of these, and so they have different breakdowns and they have different areas of concern as they go through. But I'm using the very first one that I was on here. We're at the 9-minute and 2-second mark, where it says previous narrative of independence among women is being tested as the desire for companionship grows in a challenging societal climate. Now, this is very key because I will say this as a person who's dated plenty of enough women and a wide range of women, not just in my demographic, but also I don't really date younger. I've always dated women that are either my age or older. I don't have really that much luck dating younger. So I'm going to say it like this. A lot of my dating have been... And that's really what it's been, to be honest with you. And I know women are going to say, oh, you chauvinist pig, you whatever. Okay, whatever it is. But on the women's side, why are you letting us hit? Because you want that companionship. But I look at things differently, and I think a lot of men are looking at it the same way too. If you're independent and you want equality, and this is not a red pill thought, this is just, with the climate that we're in, right? I've noticed that as soon as you want that independence, you don't want to do 50-50. You want to have the old school ways, but then want to have modern understanding. Those two things, that's just like saying the future and the past together, making the present. That doesn't work. And so the logic behind it don't work. And then men are like, whatever. If that's what you want, go find you a simp unicorn and see how that works for you. Because we can stick in the modern world. A lot of men can do the modern thing and be like, you know what? Why do we have to go through this all by? Look, I'm going to say it just like this. If a man who makes $100,000, right, and he's 6 foot tall, and he has the right tool in the middle, ladies, you know what I'm talking about. He got that stick work, right? What makes you think he's going to bow to what you want? And just the rational understanding, like you take the equivalent in a woman, fine, fit, and friendly. Do you think she's gonna settle for just anybody? And when I say settle, we're talking about settling for someone who doesn't want to be, kept. A lot of women don't want to be kept. They want to try to control, manipulate, and this is, when I say those words, they're not to be negative, because I don't know any woman that is over the age of 35 that don't try to control her environment. Name me one woman that does, and I'm going to be like, she's not desired. We know certain women are going to deal things and do things differently than most men. At the end of the day, you want the same control factor, you want the same respect, and you want equal footing. Okay. And any man that gives you equal footing is going to have those simp qualities. And so a lot of men are waking up from the simp, digesting this red pill climate rhetoric to combat what's going on with this boss lady mentality. And what's happening? The boss lady mentality is being rejected by the red pillars, or semi-red pillars, or people that don't want to get lumped into the coal and thrown into the fire. So instead of arguing with you, we gonna let you have it. We're gonna say, you know what? You go ahead and have that, ma'am. You go ahead and have that independent lifestyle. And you know what I've seen going out to the restaurants? A whole bunch of group of women. No men around. None. But you know who are the women that are suffering the most? The ones that are not fine, fit, and friendly. The in-between women. Because the fine, fit, and feminine women are having no problems meeting a man, because those men will swoop that girl up real quick and keep her happy, keep her out of the clubs, keep her out, and if she wants to be for the streets, he's gonna let you go. And then the next one we come across, boom, the next fine, fit, and friendly one we come across, we're gonna make sure we're gonna do that right, and we're going to work harder. Men do things differently than women. We're practical. We listen. We pay attention. Because there's an element of danger with men. Women are running around here like there's no danger, wearing whatever they want, talking the way they want, disrespecting men, calling them, saying you don't need them, y'all want the bear, and then when it comes to a lot of these women are getting it, and they're getting knocked up by the Pookies and Ray Rays having babies. And then all of a sudden, when you hit 35, 40, you're like, where's the good men at? They're with that fine, fit, and friendly woman. That's where they're at. So let's go in and listen to what Danica has to say here.
Pursuing a man because you need him. You need his love. You need his companionship. You need his help. You need his guidance. You need his leadership. You need everything that is associated and attached to a man. Pun intended. So while it's this thing of a lot of men not really caring, the women do. Okay, y'all are feeling the effects way harder and stronger than these men ever are, which is why a lot of the men are backing out. They don't need you. And for so long, a lot of the women have said, I don't need a man. I'm strong and I'm independent. I can do better myself. And now those men are adopting those same traits and lifestyles and mentalities of a lot of the women. I can do bad by myself. So in order for me to even get involved with a woman, she has to be exceptional. And so now men are looking to women, and a lot of the women are just not measuring up. And it's very, very sad for me, because I recently came across a comment in my comment section on our video that we did the other day. And he pretty much said in a nutshell, look, I have a beautiful niece and she's not finding a man whatsoever. She has a lot of great characteristics, a lot of great qualities, but the men are just not caring. And here's the thing, it could be an instance of your niece or women that you care about being good catches, but because of the climate, they just don't want to approach them. They don't want the hassle and the headache. Like I said, it's a hazard. Okay, that alliteration. It's a hassle, a headache, and a hazard for a lot of these men to deal with these women. And so those of you out there who may be quote unquote good catches, as far as you being a quality, beautiful woman that has a lot of things to offer to a man, well, you're probably going to have to approach those men if you want one. All right.
That is not a lie there. I haven't approached a woman in the last 10 years. I mean, I follow the signs. I will make my move if it's necessary, but most cases, I will sit back and I'd rather not. There's a lot of men like that. And the ones that do go up to you, the Pookies and the Ray Rays, they ain't got nothing to lose. They ain't got nothing to lose. And then you wonder why there's a lot of women that are dejected by men. They're repulsed by men because they allow themselves to get close to that dude. And now we have these women, you got to pay to play. You got to put in some cash for that ass before you even, meet them. You got to pay for hair and nails and their upkeep. Like, wait a minute. If we're going to do all that now, okay, if you're going to put a financial barrier, why should we not go to the strip club then? Why should we not go to those, brothels in Vegas? Why do we not use an escort service instead if we got to pay for it up front? Especially those 6 foot tall and above, 6-figure earners with a 6 or better. Some of these women want 8 or better. I mean, it is what it is. Let's just for some. And we're gonna be like,
got him. Got him.
Where is the equal understanding? And so we got the women out here that don't do that are suffering, is what she's saying. She's like, they can't compete and they're not like that, right? But we can't tell the difference. I mean, we can, but we can't. And you know what's going to be really funny? And this is what I find amazing. And ladies, if I'm wrong, tell me in the comments. Matter of fact, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and comment. Help me out. Help the algorithm out. But think of it this way. Ladies, do you have a good-looking friend who's always single? Can't keep a man? As soon as you get one, and it breaks up her routine, she's always want to hang out with y'all. And especially if you're older, you won't hang out with that chick with your good man because she's going to steal him from you or try to. Am I lying? Trust me. If I'm lying, put it in the comments. Say I'm lying. You're lying. Women don't do that to women. Women are the biggest obstacles of other women when it comes to dating. They're the blocker, so to speak. And if your dude is really good and really does nice things, and you got a whole bunch of females friends, you're not going to bring those chicks around that man at all. Especially if you're over 35 and you know better. Because she's going to steal your dude. She's going to get in his DMs because you know what? There's nothing like stealing another woman's man to a woman. If I'm lying, I'm lying. Anywho, this is K-Boss. Keeping it short. See you on the next one. And I'm out. Bye.